Coming to you from the Freedom Federal Credit Union Studios, Harford County Living presents Conversations with Rich Bennett.
Slow pitch or fast pitch?
It's probably the least sexy part of the work, and I don't have the answer. It's okay. No, it's fine. The truth is...
All right, so I had a former guest recommended that I get this gentleman on, and I got to tell the story behind this.
Go for it.
I screwed up because he scheduled the recording, and it come time for the recording. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? I couldn't find any information on him, and it's like, the hell? Well, then my guest who I had on emailed me later, said, yeah, he said you can't. So I was like, I don't remember him. And she sent me the information. I was like, oh, shit. It's like, oh, yeah. Okay, now I remember. So Donna Thompson, I want to say the Monarch Butterfly Lady. Recommended this guy. And, anytime I get to talk to not just another veteran, but a Marine, me being a Marine, it's like, yeah, I'm all in. So do you go by Matt or Matthew?
I'll answer to either. And my brother's name's Adam, so I'll answer to Adam too, because I've been called that most of my life.
Oh God! So I have Matthew Merryman on, who's a Marine, but also a wellness coach and life coach.
Wellness coach, life coach, personal training, nutrition coach.
What don't you do? That's the easiest way. Have you written a book yet?
No.
That's it.
Not yet.
Not yet. We ought to collaborate. The stories we both have from time served. I mean, I'm sure we could come up with something that would. Yeah.
One dude at 3 p.m. My guy Ralph, I train from 3 to 3:30. He's a former Marine.
Oh, really?
He's 60, 61, 62. So he's like before my time. But all our session is bullshitting for 30 minutes about Marine stories. And I go to his work, which is in a warehouse down in like Aberdeen. So it's like we're not in a gym where there's other people around that get all offended. And we just go off. And it is one of my favorite parts of the whole friggin' week. Because it's like, when you get out, you try to tell stories and you think it's funnier than hell. And people look at you like, do you need to talk to someone? Is everything okay at home? It's like, no, that was a joke I just told you. It's nice sometimes to just let it out, loose a little bit.
Oh, my God. How many veterans do you work with?
Well, now it's not as many. Okay. When I first got out, well, I guess you wouldn't call them veteran. When I first got out, I did a little niche of like training young men and women who were going, because I'm like, I just got out. I know what the standards are. Right. I know what they're doing. So I made that a little niche for a little bit. Like, you're going to need to do this, you're going to need to do that, and you're going to run 3 miles and blah, 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 blah. Here are some like mental and emotional exercises you may want to do.
Definitely the mental ones.
Because I'll tell you right now, anybody that is looking to go into the Marine Corps specifically, it's going to be physically challenging and it's going to be mentally challenging. If you struggle with both, you're probably going to fail.
Right.
I personally did not struggle that much physically. Like, there was stuff that was tired, but it wasn't a point physically where I'm like, holy shit on it. But like mentally and emotionally, they broke me a couple times.
Some serious mind games.
I mean, it was some crazy serious stuff. And I noticed the people who didn't make it struggled with both.
Yeah.
Even the people that physically were like, I don't, or mentally like sound like it just, if you struggle with one, you seem to be good. But if you weren't in physical shape and you weren't strong mentally and emotionally, it was just like they chewed you up and spit you out kind of thing.
And they have to. And this is, it's funny because you have some people who complain, the training they shouldn't be doing that. Okay, it happens. If you're getting taken hostage, who's ever taking you hostage ain't going to give a shit. Mm-hmm. They're going to do everything they can to you. Mm-hmm. And you got to be able to withstand that and not break.
Oh,
and people don't realize that.
Well, and the other piece to it, like I didn't get it then.
Right.
But like part of what my area of study is like behavioral psychology, behavioral change, right? Because that was the thing. I worked for a trainer for years and years and years. And I know the science. My degree is in exercise science.
Right.
Like, I know the ins and outs of the science of exercise, and I'm doing the things, but my clients weren't seeing the results.
Right.
I'm like, well, what the shit? Like, what's happening? And then that's when I realized how important the mental and emotional and the behavioral thing and the nutrition and the sleep and the stress management is. And in the Marine Corps, in recruit training specifically, they are trying to change your behavioral patterns. because as a civilian, as like an 18-year-old civilian, you are conditioned and you act a certain way in our country. That's not useful.
No.
So they need to, that first month is they gotta break it, right? It's like the neuroplasticity thing, right? We gotta break down that neural pathway.
Yeah.
And then we are gonna create new ones. And it's crazy, like if you ever get a chance to go to like a Paris Island to see it, watch the first phase recruits, watch the third phase recruits, and it's only in a 3-month time span. It's amazing where it's the instantaneous just obedience to orders. And I remember very vividly when it happened, I think it was a hand sign, like the freeze. There was no thought process that went through my head at that point of stopping. It just happened.
Yep.
And I remember like a second later, I was like, holy shit, it worked.
Yeah.
Like they're doing it. I'm just reacting to these things, and that's what you need.
The funny thing with that is too, and you're right. When you first get there, you step on them yellow footprints. Yeah. Everybody's different. Mindset and race, everything is different. But when you graduate, it's like one giant person. Everybody's the same.
My brother still talks about that, the ceremony, because he's 5 years younger than me. He went and saw it, and he was telling me not that long ago, he's like, I still think about that. When you all marched out and you did the thing at the same time, he's like, to this day, I've never seen anything like that. Like, to be honest with you, brother, neither have I up until this point. It's pretty crazy.
Those of you listening, if you ever get a chance, go to the Marine Corps Barracks in Washington, D.C., 8th and I, and to see the silent drill platoon. You'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Or I think they even do it at Arlington.
They do. At least I think certain days.
Yeah. But it's the same way, man. It's a tight-knit group. And it's got to be. You can't have just one straggler messing it up.
Yeah, but that's what got me into, being infantry, Marines. I played sports and crap like that before. I've always been physically active, right? That's one of the reasons I got into personal training when I got out. I understand the importance of it.
Right.
But like we talked about, I got out, I had all these addiction issues. I was gaining weight. I was having all these problems. I'm still working out. I'm still going to the gym. I'm running. I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And I would notice, so I would go, like, for instance, I go to my jiu-jitsu class, 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. And I feel good. Awesome. I'm ready to take on the day. I'm going home and I'm chugging down a pint of vodka right afterwards. And I'm like, why the fuck can't I? Like what's happening? Like I'm doing the physical things. And it was my mind.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was a component the Marine Corps did with us, but didn't teach us. Like, we got to change your thought patterns.
Yeah.
You think right now like an 18-year-old civilian. That's not useful to us.
No.
We need you to think like a Marine. Right. And they changed your thinking pattern to do it. That's why when I was 24, I got out and I went to Towson to get my degree. And I'm here with these 18-year-olds. And I think they thought I was absolutely out of my fucking mind. And I know that. I'm fresh out of there, dude. Like fresh out of the Corps. I'm stringing fuck words like it's a comma everywhere. I remember doing like my first group project and the dude didn't do one of the parts. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he's like tearing up. And my brother was like, Matthew, you can't yell at people out here. Like, that's not how it works, dude. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, it was effective. Like, he went and did the thing. Like, he won't talk to me anymore. Now nobody will be my partner, but it worked.
But that's one of the things the Marine Corps, I don't think any branch teaches you when you get out. You
need a transition.
They do brainwash you, but they don't transition you to.
My thing is, so I was a rifleman. I was 0311 rifleman. All right. So I go to Paris Island for 3 months. You get trained to be a basic Marine. Then you go to School of Infantry, which is 2 months. You get trained to be a basic infantry.
California? Is that where you went?
Pendleton.
Yeah, Camp Pendleton.
Camp Giggles. Geigers. And then you go to the fleet, where I trained for almost another year with 19 before we deployed. That's a lot of training before you're in it for real. And then they're like, hey, you're getting out. You're going to go to this 8-hour class for the next 3 days, steps and taps. Good luck. And it's basically like, don't rape anybody. Don't shoot anybody. Don't, whatever.
I don't think they had that for us.
3 days called steps and taps, if I remember. And I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't go to one of the days. So of the 3 mandatory days, I'm like, they do a random roll call. I bet they won't call by name. And I just didn't go one.
Maybe it was a thing. I know I didn't go if it was.
But it wasn't. And that's a part of what got me into like behavioral psychology is how do I unfuck my mind? You know, because I've got all these things. Like my wife, when I told my wife, it went something like, and I'll be honest with you, I still do this to some extent. But the thing is, like, you go to a restaurant, you go to a place, I know where the exit is. I know where the door is.
Yep.
You are cordial and you are polite and you are respectful to everybody you meet. You also have a plan to kill every single person in the room.
You never sit with your back facing
and you
the
never
door.
sit. Yes.
Yep.
And it's just like that's still like ingrained in my head, and my wife is still like, "That's some crazy."
I'm the
shit,
same
man.
way.
Like,
Never take the same path to wherever you're going all the time. Yep.
but you know what it taught me is how effective that is in creating neurological patterns in your brain.
Yeah.
Like roads. You know, like a road versus say a wooden path. Right. One is just easier. When we have a thought, fires off an electrical signal in our brain.
Yeah.
That electrical signal wants to travel down the best path. Like you want to drive down a road to get to where you're going. You want to drive through the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Brain's the same way, right? But what we can do over time is we can kind of close off that road, put the brush over there, clear out another road that we want to do. But it's through repetition.
Yeah.
Right? You got to have that thought pattern, repetition, repetition, repetition. That's a part of what got me into the wellness coaching piece is the realization that it's not just the exercise and the nutrition. It's a big part of it.
Right.
Right? Because, you know, if I eat, people think I'm crazy sometimes at the gym, but it's like I don't eat sugar during the weeks. Right. And it's not just because, you know, gain weight or whatever. I meditate a lot. Like that is my, I don't want to say religion, but that's like my thing. That's my everyday thing is I meditate. I do focus-based meditation. I do death contemplation meditation.
Oh, wow.
I do all sorts of, because it helps my mind. And I notice when I eat sugar, the thoughts that are rattling around in that little brain of mine get different.
Even if it's natural sugar from like fruits and all?
No. That's I'm talking more like additive sugar.
Okay.
That's a great question. No, I eat the shit out of fruits. I eat it every day. But it's like that. Like if I eat some ice cream or a piece of cake or something like that, I notice the quality of my thoughts change. We don't talk about that. Nobody really ever talks about that. That it's like, hey, what you're putting into you has a direct reflection on you, man.
We just talked about this. I think I mentioned Dan Esposito.
Yeah.
And I think he's the one that said, he said, you actually are what you eat.
With those gut bugs or microbiome or whatever the hell it is right now. And that, because that's all the bacteria in your gut, there's a shit ton of science right now showing that microbiome in your stomach is having a reflection on your thought. It's triggering signals into your brain, which is like part of the reason why like I eat this big dinner and I'm full, but then I have a bite of dessert and all of a sudden I get like super hungry. Yeah. Like it's those gut bugs triggering your brain and saying, no. You got room. Let's eat a little bit more of that sugar. Right. Like it's trying to get it. It's an addiction.
How much water do you drink a day?
I drink as much as I can, man.
Okay.
I mean, I'm taking a piss probably every 45 minutes to an hour. No, I mean, there's days where it's different, but I'll tell you, my stupid trick is that Stanley mug thing right there is like $50. It's absurd to me. It's absurd that a water bottle costs that much money. But if I spend money on a water bottle, I'm going to drink it. And I carry it around with me everywhere. Because it's like the like in the Marine Corps. You want to stay out of sight, out of mind. If you don't want to get in a working party and pick up cigarette butts the rest of the day in the parking lot, stay out of sight and you'll be out of mind. Same thing with that. I keep that thing in my view. I'll sip water throughout the day.
How often do you think you refill it?
Probably 2-3 times a day.
2-3 times. Okay.
It depends on the day. Like if I'm doing like a workout or something like that, it might be a little bit more. But I try to get at least 2 to 3 of those a day.
Because I know a lot of water makes a big difference too.
It does.
I try to drink at least a gallon a day.
Well, you know what's crazy, man, is we have this, I call it the fancy scale at one of the gyms I'm at. It's called an in-body machine.
Okay.
And it sends bioelectrical impulses through your water cells. And what it does is it gives me your weight, right? So whatever your weight is, but then it's going to tell me how much is water, how much is muscle, how much is dry lean mass, how much is your bones, how much is fat. It's cool. It's not the gold standard of like body mass, but it's okay. It's like a good tracker. But I always like when I have a new client and I'm taking them through that, I'm like, I want you to see, because you know I'm a trainer, I'm going to say things like water and protein a bunch of times. But I want you to see if you're like 150 pounds, like whatever, 87 of that is water.
Yeah.
So it's like when I'm saying like you need to drink water because you're a water-based being. Most of you is water. That's why if you get dehydrated, everything starts to change in a negative way.
Yep.
Right. You can go like, what is it, a month without food or something like that? It's like 20, 30 days. You know, like 3 days without water.
Yeah.
And you die. That's pretty impactful.
I mean, that's why a lot of times, you hear if you're hungry, drink some water first. That's probably gonna.
And I'm saying, man, from like a professional point of view, probably 7 times out of 10, that's the case.
Yeah.
Where your body is just sending you a signal, I need something. And it's like water is the thing you're gonna need more times than food.
Right.
And again, it's like if our body is made up to go like a month without caloric intake, do you think you really need to eat every 2 to 3 hours? Like that's not always necessary.
How important is it? Because I think I've had wellness coaches on, life coaches, business coaches, but I don't think I've ever had, not that I can remember right offhand, a wellness coach, personal trainer that's also a nutritional coach. How important is that?
It's very important
to combine. I mean,
it's huge. Well, that's what my business is called, Unity Through Wellness.
Right.
And what made me want to create that?
With the number 4, right? Or is it just Unity?
So Unity Through Wellness.
Or
THRU. Through.
Okay.
I got the name, to be honest with you, is I was studying yoga for a while, right? It's part of what I teach is yoga. And I never knew. You know, I read through all the big, the Dhammapada, the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, like all of the big spiritual texts, which is a part of what I do too. I'm a Reiki practitioner, meditation teacher, so I bring that into it. But I got the name because I never knew that yoga meant unity or to yoke, to unify something together. And I believe in our side of the world, we practice traditional, I think it's called Hatha yoga, which stands for unity through movement, right? You have different ones like karma yoga, which is creating unity through action, or there's unity through meditation.
Right.
So that's where I got my name, is to unify or unity through wellness, right?
Okay.
Because the wellness approach is all of it. Right? It's the exercise. It's the movement, not exercise or movement, but exercise and movement. 10,000 steps a day is actually a magic number we found. Getting proper nutrition, doing things for your mental and emotional well-being, sleep. You know, we pride ourselves in this country. I only sleep 4 hours a night and I do everything. It's like, well, you're going to die of probably some horrific cancer in a few years because your body needs sleep.
Yes.
Like it's something like, I think less than 2% of people in the world can function off 6 hours of sleep. Everybody else within a particular age graphic is like 8 to 9 or 7 to 9.
Yeah.
I think the last thing was. So odds are you need 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. People don't do it.
No.
So I think that it's everything. And that's one of the reasons I really wanted to come on here and to have a conversation with you too, is the importance of that, right? We're living in a world of instantaneous gratification where I had a client once who had high blood pressure. And he came and talked to me. And the reason he was there is because his wife was making him. And, you know, I'm going through all this. I'm like, here's the deal, man. And I'm passionate. Like, I do believe that this is what I'm supposed to do with my life. So I'm very passionate about the shit that I do. And I'm like, here's what we got to do, man. Like, I got the program and blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm going through all the things. Like, this is what we are going to need to do over the next 3 to 6 months that will lower your blood pressure. And I said this whole thing to him, and he just sits and he's politely listening. He goes, Matt, or I can just take a pill.
What?
Like, why don't I just take a pill? It'll lower my blood pressure, and then I don't have to do any of this shit.
Ah, Jesus.
I'm like, come
pills
on,
have side effects.
Pills have side effects. And it's like, do you really want to be reliant on something? Like, that's another thing with me is like, independence is a huge, my mentor for years is a man named Jack Skeen. The guy is a crazy life, and he was a client of mine, but now he is a success coach for these crazy Fortune 500 companies and stuff like that. And he was the one that taught me, if you want to thrive in life, right? Not survive, not tread water, not just exist, but you want to thrive. There's 4 steps to do that. And the first step is you have to claim your independence. Like Jordan Peterson says, you have to take 100% responsibility for everything you say and do in life. I don't want to take a pill. If my lifestyle is causing my blood pressure to be high, whether or not it's a genetic issue or not, I am going to change my lifestyle and my approach to it to lower my blood pressure. I don't want to be dependent on medication.
No.
Now, there's times, right, where you're going to have to. Like, whatever the medication is. Like, it just is what it is. But I don't think it's as high as a percentage as we see now, man.
I don't think it is either. I think too many people, to me, it's the easy way out.
Oh, sure.
I know
Sure.
for the longest time, my blood pressure was high, and the doctor told me to take a baby aspirin a day. Didn't give me medication. I was doing that.
That's pretty common, the baby aspirin thing, yeah.
And the last time I went to my doctor, the new doctor, probably, I want to say maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, he said, "Why are you taking a baby aspirin?" I said, "Well, I was told to a while ago." He said, "You don't need to take that anymore." He said, "Your blood pressure's..." My blood pressure's normally always like right around between, I want to say 117, 125 over like 70 something.
That's good.
Which is perfect.
Yeah, I mean, that's
my relaxed heart rate's been like right around the 60 mark.
Yeah.
And because my doctor now, he said, "Well, what are you doing?" I said, "I changed my lifestyle." I said, "I meditate. I'm sleeping. I'm doing everything better." The easiest way to say it, and you'll probably agree with me, I love myself.
Yeah.
Now, and a lot of people don't. And that's why when you rely on all these other things, you're not loving yourself.
Well, you're not even taking the time for it.
No.
That's the thing.
No.
There was one of my teachers said once, like, if I asked you to write a list down of all the things you love, how long would it take for you to write down yourself? And she said, I do that with some of my clients, and they look at me like a deer in the headlights. Like, what the hell are you talking about? But
that should be the first thing.
It should be the first thing. You got to take care of yourself, too. You know, and it's not easy, but it's daily practices, right? You have the responsibility to do that. And that's where, like, meditation, I think it might have been, I study a lot of different religions because I think that they're all
do that.
They're all leading. The thing is, man, is they're all leading and this is just, we're getting into my little opinions.
Right.
But I always see so many common things when I'm reading the Buddha, and then I go over here to Jesus, and then I'm over here with Krishna, and then this thing. And it's like, it's all leading to the same damn place, but we're just taking some different roads to go there.
Right.
But you get these different kernels. And I think it was Buddhism talks about how, like, you have to have right understanding to lead to right thought, to lead to right speech, to lead to right action.
Okay.
So, like, and I tell my clients, like, I've talked to Donna about this too. So, okay, there's an action that we're doing that we don't like. We can't change the action. We got to backtrack that damn thing, right? We've got to go all the way to understanding. Like, I think specifically we're talking about eating.
Okay.
Like, I know that when I eat this stuff, I feel good. I know when I eat this stuff, I feel bad. Yet I still eat this stuff. That's the action. Well, now we have to go to the understanding. Why? Why do you still eat that stuff? And that's personal. You sit with that. You journal with that. You don't have to answer me. But you got to have an understanding of why is that behavior in place. Then we got to tweak the thought. We've got to, again, that neurological changing of the pathways. We got to close that road, open that road to have a different thought about it. And then speech isn't necessarily like you and I are speaking to each other right now. Like, what do you say to yourself? You say a lot of shit to yourself during the day.
Yeah, you do.
Like, there's an absurd, maybe even borderline insane amount of self-talk that I do with myself. I talk to myself probably more than anybody else in the world. But you got to, what are you saying to yourself? Just like, what are you thinking? What is the quality of your thoughts? We have junk food. There's sure as hell junk thoughts that we have during any given time.
Very true.
What are your junk thoughts? What are you saying to yourself? You fix those, that action will fix itself.
Right.
But you got to backtrack to those a good bit. It's, again, work. There ain't no pill that I can give you that's going to change your understanding, but it's having that understanding of why.
Yeah.
You know, I love the story, man, I read a while back. Some monk somewhere, there was a reporter who got into the monastery, and he was doing these interviews, and he asked this monk, in your opinion, what's wrong with the world? Like, what's the issue? Like, we're all fighting and we're all having problems. Like, you look at the world today, it's like there's a lot of chaos and hate and all this stuff, like separation. What's going on? And the monk was like, well, I'm going to answer your question with a question. Who are you? And the reporter was like, I'm Matthew Merryman. And he goes, no. That's a name that was given to you at birth by two people. It's a sound we make to identify a physical form. What are you? And, it went back and forth. Like, I'm a reporter. I'm a 37-year-old male. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm this, then. He's like, no, that's a title. No, that's this. No, that's that. That's a profession. And finally, a reporter's just sitting there and goes, I don't know who the hell I am. And the monk goes, that's exactly the problem that the world has.
Wow.
Nobody knows who the deeper self is within them. And so, of course, we're going to be confused and we're going to not be loving and caring for ourselves because we don't even know who the fuck ourself is, let alone to take care of them, right? If you don't know you have a child somewhere in the world, you're not going to take care of the child. You don't know they exist.
Yeah.
If you don't go into the deeper works of like meditation, spirituality, religion, any of that stuff and discover the deeper part of yourself, of course, you're not going to take care of it. You don't know it exists. You're just existing.
Wow. I got a lot of homework to do, don't I?
We all do, man.
Well,
that's
we all
the
do.
thing.
Yeah, you're
brother.
right.
That's the thing. And that's the point of it. Is it's supposed to be like an ongoing journey with this thing, right? You never want to stop seeking, right? Because that's the cool inner work.
Why do you feel people are afraid to do that, though?
Well, because it's fucking terrifying, dude. When you dig into some of your trauma and understand yourself, like, it's not my joke I say with my daughters, like, it all ain't sunshine and unicorn fart, sweetie. Like, there's some dark, deep ass shit that you got to go into, like trauma, being military, and just not even military, childhood and shit like that. Like, you got to dig into that, man. Like, you got to go deep into that and you got to understand it. And that's where healing comes from. I love the story of, there's a story of Jesus when I think they call him lame in the Bible. Like, he couldn't walk. The dude couldn't walk. And he wanted to go get water from the well or whatever it was. And Jesus came over and the guy, I guess, knew who Jesus was or whatever. And he was like, Jesus basically said to him, like, do you want to be healed? And the guy's like, well, I can't stand up and I want to go get the water, but this guy's in my way and she won't let me in and they're always taking this. And she's like, I'm not interested in your excuses, brother.
Right.
I am asking you, do you want to be healed? And it's an interesting question where we'll say to somebody, like, do you want to drop the weight? Do you want to lower your blood pressure? Do you want to be healed? And you're going to start to make all these different excuses of why this, that, and the other. It's like, that's not what I'm asking. Do you want to go through the process to be healed? Because it's not going to always be awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bumpy road. You're going to have to deal. My meditation teacher once told me, Matthew, if you're not crying at least 2 or 3 times a week during your meditation, you're not going deep enough. Like, you got to dig into that shit. You got to dig into it. Or you got to go deep in there and understand that understanding again.
Yeah.
I'm having these thoughts. Why? My daughter is 3.5. We're going through the why phase right now, where she's getting curious. Everything's why. And let me tell you something, dude. One of the greatest teachers I've had in my life has been my daughter. Like, there was a day,
kids could teach you a lot when they're young.
Dude, there was one where I'm fucking pissed, and I'm like, this client's canceled, and I've got this email, and I got all this stuff, and I'm trying to take her for a walk outside before I head out, and she's not moving. I'm like, Lear, like, come on, and she's looking at this leaf on a tree, and she goes, Daddy, wow. And I stopped in my tracks, man, humble as hell, and I'm like, shit, you're right, baby. Wow. Like, I'm over here playing a game like it's the greatest thing in the world. Like, there's an infinite of time that exists before me. There's an infinite of time that's going to exist after me. Like, this is just some fun little game that we're playing at right now. Like, and I'm taking it way too seriously. You're right. Wow to that leaf. But her thing with why, it's teaching me.
Yeah.
Like, why? All right, I have this thought about this. Why? I do this thing very regularly. Why? Why? Like, constantly asking, why? Going deeper and deeper and deeper. That's that journey. That's that growth. And that's where I noticed the biggest change I've ever had. Now, I do think when you have an addiction to something, things like Alcohol Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, any of those groups, I do believe in them. I think they are great. I did not personally do them myself. Right. But I think the reason is because I went into this inner work. I went and understood it. I went and studied it. I studied my mind. I am a big fan of psilocybin mushrooms, not for recreational use, but Johns Hopkins right now is doing studies on them for veterans with PTSD to increase neuroplasticity. I experimented with that. I actually ate some of those, and then I laid naked in a sensory deprivation tank. And I went, okay, let's see what the fuck happens here. And it was wild, scared the shit out of me, but I got a lot out of it. I understood the depths of myself and my mind and how the whole thing works. It was sort of this going from a religious belief to more of a spiritual understanding point in my life. It was wild, but it was a part of that helped heal me.
Did you also try the tank without doing the mushrooms?
Oh, yeah, I did tank. That's when I did it first.
Okay.
I was like, I ain't doing this first experience until I know what I'm getting into. It's a wild experience.
First of all, where do you find a place that has a tank like that?
Where I did was, it's called Truth, Mind, and Body, which is in Timonium. I was working at a place in Timonium at the time. And that's actually where I met my then future Reiki master at that point, because I read a book about it. I got interested in it. She did it, and she ended up teaching me it. But there is a place called The Vine in Forest Hill.
Yeah.
They have them. They call them float tanks.
Okay.
I don't think they call them sensory deprivation tanks, just because when I say something like that, people are kind of like, what the hell is that?
I've been wanting to try it.
They're pretty cool, man. I would highly recommend them for sure.
Yeah.
Like if you meditate, sensory deprivation tanks are awesome for meditation, because when you meditate, right, if I'm doing like a focus-based meditation, I got to get through levels. I got to get through the physical level first, right? I'm twitching, I'm moving around, I'm doing whatever, right? I got to do that. Then I got to get through the mind. I got these thoughts bouncing around. I got these emotions going all through my body. I got to get through that next, where it's like that tank, it's almost like a shortcut because you're floating.
Yeah.
It's salt. You're just floating in this thing. All the lights turn off. Your senses are just, I'm not hearing stuff. There's nothing to see. It doesn't smell or taste anything. You don't really even feel yourself floating after a few minutes. So your senses are gone.
Wow.
So you're like almost immediately left with your thoughts and your feelings, like from the get-go. That's something that takes me 20, 30 minutes to get to.
Yeah.
But it's like you're there. And then you can kind of sift around that. And it's sort of like if there's a pond and you're throwing rocks in it, it gets all cloudy. But then it settles back down and it's just clear water. It's like once your thoughts and your emotions settle and there's that clear water, you can really experience the depths of your being within yourself.
Right.
Right? Jesus teaches us that. The kingdom of heaven is within you.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? How do you experience that? How do you get to that place? It's a pretty cool device, a tool to use.
I didn't realize the Vine had one.
Yeah, I think they call them float tanks. I mean, I've seen at least one in there. I know they have them.
And what's the other thing? There's another thing, some type of chamber. I forget what they call that.
I don't know.
That might be for hospitals.
Yeah, I don't know about the
yeah, it's like
I don't know if I would go in a chamber, dude.
Yeah, I can't. Look, I don't even like to do the, what do you call that thing? Not the CAT scan, the MRI.
The MRI thing. Yeah, I've not had the pleasure of that just yet, but my wife has had a couple of them. She just says it's a horrific experience.
It is. So when I messed up my back, I did one. Yeah, I was fine with it. And then when I got the bone spurs in my neck,
yeah, I
went to do it, but then they clamped down your head, and I started freaking out.
Yeah.
I was like, no. Even after 2 Valium, they said, well, here, take this.
Well, and there's like a bunch of noise and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, but they can give you earbuds, but still, it's like, no, it's because, and keep in mind, at the time, I was a lot heavier. So they're putting you, it's like being in a freaking casket, man.
Yeah.
And no. I don't like that. I want to be able to, I don't want to have to rely on a freaking table sliding out for me to get out. Yeah. If I don't like it, my ass wants to jump up and get the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back to the whatever you call it, the brain head doctors, spine, whatever doctor, young guy. And I told him, he said, well, then I can't do nothing for you. I was like, well, what about an open MRI? He said, no, I don't rely on them. It's like, all right, goodbye.
My way or the highway.
Yeah. It's like, fuck that, man. If I can't, dude, no way. And I never did get it done. Never got it done. And like I said, my new doctor, I looked at the x-rays. That's how he found out about the bone spurs. And he recommended the chiropractor. I'd rather try, I've learned so much stuff, especially since I started when I was doing the DDP yoga.
Yeah.
I'd rather try anything holistic first.
Same.
Before you give me anything else.
And that's a part of what I really want to bring to that table is that other, like I'm not like against medicine or anything like that, but it's like, that shouldn't be number one.
No, it shouldn't be number one.
And I like that new doctor too, where that's one of the coolest parts, or at least that's one of the parts I love about what I do is.
You're listening to Conversations with Rich Bennett. We'll be right back. Quick break to tell you about a local service I trust, EcoCool HVAC, especially for pool heating. If you've ever wanted to extend your swim season or enjoy warm water year-round, these guys have you covered. EcoCool HVAC installs all makes and models of pool heaters, from efficient heat pumps to gas systems, and their team plans and maintains your pool heater so it runs clean and trouble-free. They even coordinate with your pool company to make sure it all works seamlessly. Best part? They're veteran-owned, and they bring that same discipline and trust to pool heating that they do with all their HVAC work. So if you're ready for more comfortable pool seasons or need maintenance to keep things running right, check out EcoCool HVAC. Call them at 443-324-9714. Again, that's 443-324-9714, or visit EcoCoolHVAC.com. That's EcoCoolHVAC.com. With EcoCool, consider your comfort handled.
It's not a dictatorship when I get a client.
Yeah.
It's a partnership.
Yes.
What works for you? Like, what do you want to do? Like, I want to hear your opinions, because me telling you what to do isn't going to do shit. You know, if you want to get in better shape and I'm telling you to lift weights, but you hate lifting weights, it's never going to work.
Yeah.
Like, we got to find what works for you. And I think that's great that there are doctors out there that are kind of doing the same.
Yeah.
This is what's going on. In my professional opinion, I see X, Y, and Z. What do you think? Like, because I think you could do this or maybe do that or maybe do this. Which one of those approaches do you like? It's a conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't touched the total. One of the things I have gotten, and you may know her or not, I think she's a Reiki master, Aubrey Rose.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
She did a video a while ago of a vibration board.
Yeah, I've heard of these.
And so Christmas time came, we do this, whatever you call it, the white elephant, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And somebody had gotten one, and my son ended up stealing it, and he kept it. So we tried it. I'm like, okay, I got to get me one of these things. Freaking love it.
Yeah.
And now I when I went to the chiropractor, I asked her, I said, would you think it'd be a good idea? Because I love using the tubes.
Yeah.
I said, the resistance tubes. Do you think it'd be a good idea if I use them while doing the vibration board? She goes, oh my God, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. But just remember, if it starts hurting.
Well, you think about it, man. I mean, this isn't like woo-woo kind of crap. Like, if you look at physics, everything in the world is vibration moving at a varying frequency. There's a guy, Dr. Joe Dispenza, I think is his name. He talks about how, like, if you want to change what's going on in your life, you change your vibrations, right? And how do you change it? Well, okay, so what is a thought? A thought is an electrical signal that's created by the brain. That electrical signal creates a chemical response.
Right.
We call that chemical response an emotion. That charge, that electromagnetic or whatever signal, creates a frequency, right? If you have particular frequencies, it's going to match with other varying frequencies that are in the world. That's why you see people that are very angry and fearful and negative. Typically, things come into their life that are very similar to that. It's like that frequency is kind of matching up, right? Similarly to people who are very positive and happy and stuff like that, like typically other things. It's again, there you go back to frickin' Christ when he says, to those who have everything, more will be given, and to those who have nothing, everything will be taken away.
Right.
So again, he's just explaining that same damn thing. Like, it's about the quality of your thoughts and your understanding, but it's all vibration. So it's like everything's vibrating. So you find the correct frequency of vibration, you're going to help yourself out because you're vibrating anyway.
Oh, I love that thing, man.
It's cool, man. It's very, very cool.
And she was, because I thought at first you just stand on it.
Yeah.
And then she was talking about all these different exercises, even sitting on it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, I haven't tried sitting on it yet. Oh, I don't know, man.
That's a little intense.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can go right to that.
I don't know if I could do that yet. Maybe. But I am going to, probably this week. Wait a minute. Yeah, starting soon, I'm going to start doing the resistance tubes.
Yeah, good on
while
you.
doing it and try that because I love the tubes, but that vibration board, oh my God. Neighbors probably think I'm nuts because I set it up in front of the where I'm looking out the window at the bird feeders. You know, that's in a way, it's like one of my other ways of meditating. Just focus on the birds that are out there at the bird feeders and just sit there. Body shake. Hey, my neighbors look at the window and they're like, what the hell is wrong with it? It's like, did he stick his finger in an electrical socket or something? Oh, well.
What else do you do for meditation?
I always meditate when I go to bed.
Yeah.
I'll just lay down. I'll ask Lexi to play the Tibetan bowls, and I just lay there and just I got to do deep meditation. I haven't tried that. And I'll just focus on those bowls and just relax. It's like nothing. I hear nothing.
Yeah.
And then when I get up in the morning, a lot of times when I go downstairs to my office, I'll just sit in my office chair and I'll just sit there and then focus for about 5 minutes on usually the birds outside because my window's right there.
That's great, man.
Yeah. I nature, just something about hearing nature, especially and I've learned to enjoy things a lot more and look at things differently, especially outside.
Oh, yeah.
Even figurines. My wife thinks I'm nuts. She was setting up stuff for Christmas and she put out a figurine and I'm just looking at it. She goes, what's the matter? I said, no, I'm just looking at the figurine. I said, it's amazing. She goes, what's amazing about it? It's a figurine. I said, no, but just look at all the work on it and just enjoying every little detail.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're weird. It's like, why?
But it's a good point to that, man.
Yeah.
It's like as
enjoying
ADD.
life.
Yeah. Because we're just all over the place. We're on the phone all the time. We got this, that, and the other. Where it's like slowing down a little bit more, enjoying life a little bit more. Right? I think we're at a weird crossroads in our civilization right now. Where we're going either off the cliff over here with all this tech and stuff.
Oh.
Or we sit back, we maybe get a little bit nicer to one another and enjoy the show a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that's like, I mean, and I'll get into talks with people all the time, especially about AI.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and they're how worried they are. I'm like, embrace it, man. It's been here since the 50s. Embrace it. Learn how to use it. It's been in your house for God knows how long.
Yeah.
You might, I mean, but however, like this thing here, those cell phones, and I keep trying to tell my wife and my daughter, don't get on it before you go to bed.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have a TV in our room.
Yeah.
I won't put one in there. I used to,
either.
but it's like, no, you don't need all those Blu-rays.
It's the Blu-rays, but it's also like, what thoughts you putting in your head, man?
Yes. Yeah. I had
putting in your head?
I had another guy on, and we were talking about similar to what we're talking about now, but one of the things he talked about was how to sleep better.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that, but he also mentioned two other things. I was like, really? He said, yeah. I said, okay. So I ordered them, and it's made a big difference. Sleep socks. Go to bed wearing sleep socks. Yeah. And a mask, a sleep mask.
Wow.
Dude, let me tell you something. I've been sleeping a hell of a lot better.
Sleep socks and a sleep mask.
A sleep mask.
Huh.
The mask just blacks out everything. And yeah, and I'll still ask. Now, my wife doesn't like the Tibetan bowls. So I asked Lexi to play white noise. And I put that mask on and the socks. Man, I'm out in no time.
That's incredible.
And unless my daughter decides to walk into the bedroom and tell us about the hockey games and everything. And then it'll wake me up and then I can go right back to sleep.
But isn't that such a simple solution?
Yeah.
Instead of like taking a whatever to do whatever.
Yeah.
Or...
And I'm getting plenty. I mean, I'll go to bed. Everybody laughs at me because I'm in bed at 8 o'clock.
Good one.
I don't fall asleep till about 9, but I get up anywhere between 4 and 5:30.
Did you have sleep rituals?
Yeah.
You're preparing for bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference. Breakfast, smoothie every morning. Then I'll have an apple between breakfast and lunch. Lunch, 11:30. dinner, I always try to, because I'm waiting for my wife and I'm the cook. So depending on whether she's working from home or at the office, usually somewhere between 5 and 6.
Yeah.
And as far as a late night snack, there is no such thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, and I will not eat anything after 7 o'clock. I can't. It fucks with me, man.
Yeah. Especially if you're going to sleep by like 9.
Oh yeah.
You want to give yourself like that 2-hour
Yeah.
period.
If we go out and it's a late dinner, it's like, well, I ain't going to bed early at night.
Yeah.
I won't be able to.
Yeah.
And I found that out the hard way because I was getting
Mm-hmm.
you call it.
Agita, my grandma used to call it.
Yeah.
But it's
Heartburn all
like
the time.
it's like exercise.
Yeah.
Right? You don't just walk, well, most of the time, you don't walk into a gym and just start doing stuff. Like you warm
No.
up.
Yeah.
Right? You treadmill, stretching, whatever the hell you do. Sleep's pretty similar. You
Mhm.
prepare for sleep. That's part of like with wellness coaching clients that I have, like we talk a lot about sleep. What are you doing before sleep? And it amazes me, like a lot of the people who are like, my head's just racing. Like I can't fall to sleep because my mind just won't stop. Or it's like, okay, well, let's backtrack. What are you doing? Like this and that.
To get it racing. Yeah.
9 times out of 10, man, it's either watching TV, a lot of the news. It's a lot
I
of
do not
watching
watch
the
the
news.
news anymore.
I'm like, don't even watch it anymore. It's like, at this point, it's like a poorly written show. Like, just don't.
Exactly.
Just don't even.
Don't
go
put the
with that.
negative thoughts in your head.
Yeah, because it's not doing you any good.
No.
Like, that was one of the things that helped me after the Marines was because I went into more philosophy than I did for religion for a time. And I fell in love with Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism, right? So learning how to be a Stoic. And a part of what they have is what's known as the dichotomy of control. So identifying what is in my control, what is not in my control. If it's not in my control, out of your head.
Out the
Get it
door,
out of
go,
there.
yeah.
I ain't going to sit here and freaking bitch and complain that it's raining a little bit outside because it doesn't do
can't
anything.
stop
I can't in it. Ain't nothing I can do
Right.
about it. Right? But if, I got a client at 12, I need to leave here by a certain time, like that I can control. Like I'm
Yeah.
not necessarily going to worry about it, but I'm going to be aware of it.
Right.
Need to know what it is so I can control this thing. But it's so much, it seems like, of what we're worrying about is so out of our control. It's like, dude, we're spinning our wheels here. And we're wasting valuable resources and energy on shit that doesn't matter.
And time.
A lot of time.
It's
Lot of time. Yeah.
be scary. You think about it. If you could get back all the time you wasted, it's probably another freaking life in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we all do it. We all do it and still do it. I mean, like I said, I don't watch the news,
Mm-hmm.
but I will, unfortunately, because I got to be on social media a lot because of the business.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah,
what
yeah, I
happens?
hear you.
They feed you them stupid ass news
It sucks your
feeds.
time out.
It does.
I learned something recently. I think you've heard of like the Trinity, right?
Yeah.
Like the Holy Trinity. So I heard this recently, and it's one of those things that really resonated with me where this guy talks about the Trinity is explained in the first like 10 words of the book of Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately I peek up. I'm like, what the hell is this guy talking about? And he goes, so in the beginning, right? So beginning, there's your first Trinity, time. So time was created in the beginning. God created heaven. There's your second Trinity, space, right? Because it could be the inner space, the outer, whatever. God created heaven and earth, earth being the third Trinity, matter. So there is, in a sense, your holy Trinity, time, space, and matter. We call the combination of time, space, and matter reality. Right. But it's interesting where it's like, if you're thinking of what is the holiest of holies for us as humans, and this is just getting into my thoughts, my ramblings, time is sacred.
Oh, yeah.
Time is like a sacred freaking thing. Like, that's why one of the meditations I do is contemplating death. Like thinking about, like not in a morbid kind of, oh, I'm going to die today.
Right.
But like being like, all right, look, dude, you're 37 years old. Still pretty young, but I'm also not that young. And also, like, my joke to a lot of clients is I've dedicated my life to health and wellness, but I'm just as likely to get it run over by a bus today as anybody else on the
That's
way out of
true.
here. But you should look at that.
Yeah.
Like, you should contemplate that fact and understand how sacred each and every bit of time, because I always talk to, my wife thinks it's not that, but she's an accountant kind of thing. But I'm like, it's just money, care. We'll make more of it tomorrow. I don't get more time back. Like, I don't get more time. And that was a Dalai Lama, I believe, when asked what surprised him the most about the world, or our culture, rather, here in the West, is he goes, what surprised me the most is how it seems like Americans live each and every day as if they're never going to die, and then they die having never truly lived. And that really like hit something in me. Because again, you go back to your why, your understanding. Well, what does it mean to live? What does that mean?
Yeah.
My heart's beating, I'm alive. But am I living, or am I just on autopilot, consuming food, shitting it out?
Groundhog Day.
Yeah,
Over and over.
over.
Same thing over and over
And
again.
how many people are stuck in that loop, man?
Yeah.
Right, where we're not having that again, who are you? Like that deeper thing, who are you and how do you thrive in life? How do you feel alive?
Yeah.
Because you can make money. Shit, you can win the lottery maybe. Who knows? It's not likely, but you can do it. But you're never going to win a time lottery. No one's ever going to say, hey, here's 10 years back. Go for it.
I think I'd rather have a time lottery that.
I wish, man.
Look at how many of these people that win the lottery
wish.
that become millionaires and end up either, just like off the charts with depression, anxiety, go broke,
Dude,
go bankrupt.
I think there is like a connection of some sort to that, man. There was you know who Kevin O'Leary is?
Yeah.
I think he's from Shark Tank. Mm-hmm. He said once that it was like he had a mentor when he was real young, 20s, and his mentor said, all right, I want to know your goal. And he's like, I want to make $3 million in the next 3 years, something like that, just pulling out numbers. And he goes, all right. And Kevin O'Leary, it's basically like he's explaining his process, and he goes, basically like, I don't care about the money. He goes, the $3 million is useless. $3 million doesn't matter. I want to know what you need to do to become worth $3 million. And I do that the same thing with like a client. Like, I'm not worried about you losing 25 pounds. That's arbitrary. I don't care about that. I want to know is what does the version of you that weighs 25 pounds less, what do you think? What do you feel like? What do you say to yourself? What do you do? That's why it's like, again, this is Matt's little opinions over here. Why certain things like medication, which in some cases may be needed, doesn't work because you're getting the weight loss, but you're not establishing the behavioral patterns that come with the weight loss.
Yeah.
Right? There's nothing you could take to be a Marine. You had to go through the thing to change that mindset to become that. It takes that work. And again, the weight loss or the muscle gain or the results, it's a good outcome, but it's secondary. It's becoming that character.
Yeah.
Right? If you're familiar with Joseph Campbell and his Hero of a Thousand Faces or the Hero's Journey or whatever, he wrote a book, this guy Joseph Campbell, it's like 60s or 70s, I think. But it's like any movie you watch, there are certain stages called the hero's journey. Right. There's the familiar world. They cross the threshold. They meet the old mentor, trials, inner cave, blah, 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 all these different things. But the hero always finds the elixir of life. And then they come back into the ordinary world once again. And what we get from that is that it's about the journey, right? You always hear it's not the journey or it's not the destination, but it's the journey that matters. That's what makes you who you're going to be. Because it's not about, I want to lose 25 pounds. It's about, I want to be the person who is 25 pounds less and then keep that 25 pounds off. Because I've changed who I am. I've changed my behaviors and shit like that.
Wow. Shit, maybe that's why a lot of these diets don't work. You got to change your lifestyle.
I really think that's a part of it, which is why my ears perked up. I've never used Noom, but I know what it is. And I know that's a part of what it's doing. That's what I do as a wellness coach is guide you to these different patterns and then repetition until you don't need my voice telling you what to do. It's just become an internal thing that now we're doing.
It's automatic.
It's automatic. And that's like with Donna, one of the first things we went over, self-love.
Yeah.
Who are you doing this for? Are you doing this to impress this person? Are you doing this to validate that person? Or is this an act of self-love for you? Are you doing this for you? You know, Donna's a mother.
Yeah.
She's got kids. She's got grandkids. She's got a husband. She was a nurse, for God's sake. Right? Caregiving is like a thing. That's like her automatic thing. But I'll tell you, man, some of the most fucked up people physically I've ever worked with, nurses.
Oh my God, look at all the shit they see.
Well, yeah, they see, but they don't care for themselves. They care for everybody else. But they're bucket fillers, where then at the end of the day, they filled everybody else's bucket, but there's nothing left for them. And, you know, after 20, 30 years of doing that, That's just like, I care for everybody else. That's like, even Donna's been retired for a while.
Yeah.
And you can see it. Like, she was in Pennsylvania the other day helping these Amish people because they needed a ride to the hospital because the wife's having heart issues. So she's helping them, driving to the hospital, staying at the hospital, helping facilitate things.
Man.
Like, that's what she does, dude. And even with the butterfly thing, she's told me outright, I don't give a fucking shit about butterflies, but they're in trouble.
Right.
They're in trouble. So I'm going to help. That's what she does.
Yeah.
But then it's always like my job. Well, what's left for you at the end of the day?
Exactly.
Is there anything left in your bucket at this point? Like, what are we doing for Donna?
Wow.
But it's not automatic yet. Helping others is the automatic process that she has. But then at the end of the day, she forgets about Donna.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like that. That's not just
Yeah, that's
her,
true. A
you
lot
know?
of, yeah.
A lot of
I
people,
mean-
parents especially.
Oh.
Parents especially, man. Yeah, I can see it.
Well, I mean, you look at people today, it's like, it ain't just today. It has been the case for a long time. People that are constantly working. Now, if you work from home, that's different because you can still, but I mean, just constantly working. You're focused on work. And then a lot of these ones that, and I'm right now, I'm thinking of a friend of mine, he's constantly working, comes home, and then he's either coaching, little league, or he sits on all these different boards. It's like, when the hell do you have time for yourself?
Yeah.
He's like, but I have time with the family. He's like, yeah, but when do you have time for yourself?
need time
Time
for
with the
yourself.
family is important, but you have to have time for yourself. You have to. It's necessary, and you want to stay healthy. And that's one of the reasons. Another reason I started losing weight. I refuse to have diabetes. I see
hell
what my
yeah.
brothers.
Yeah. My grandpa died of that. I saw that. That
Oh,
was horrible.
yeah, it's I don't want it. And both of my brothers and my sister have it. I'm like, I don't know. And it's one of the things. It's like, okay, I have a goal in life. My goal is to be 100 years old and still doing this.
Yeah.
I want to make it. I'm going to make it to at least 100. And what was it at the Orioles game yesterday? I think they just had the guy that threw out the first pitch was 109.
Yeah.
I'm like, and Wendy and I, who I spoke about earlier, my other co-hosts, we had a young lady on 101 years old. She still has a trainer. At 101. That just tells me age is nothing but a number, man.
And it all depends on how you're treating yourself.
Yeah. Look at Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah.
He's what, 99? He may be 100
I think he
now.
just hit 100 recently,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. But
Still
yeah.
out there dancing, having a good old time.
But that's what he said is his secret. He's like, I just keep doing shit. Like, I'm
Yeah.
enjoying life. I move around. I do stuff. I just don't hold down the couch and
yeah.
stare at this thing. Like, because I think that's what's killing us over a time.
Oh, it is.
Like moderation. That's a Stoicism principle. There's like 4 values or whatever for the Stoics, and one of them is temperance. Like, it's not no whatever, but temperance, moderation. Like, do a little bit of it. Like, have a little cake, have a little ice cream. Don't eat the whole
Don't need the whole thing.
Yeah, don't eat the whole thing, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's why I didn't eat that whole jar of chocolate-covered Oreos in one sitting at
Yeah,
Christmas
heck
time.
I'm like, dude,
Like
we
I
live
did
down the
other
road from Bloom's Broom Ice Cream. Like, shit, if it was up to me, I'd be there every. Oh my God, it's the best damn ice cream.
That's the funny thing too. Is since I started losing this weight, I really not a big fan of ice cream anymore.
Well, you start to lose it. That's that gut bug thing where it's like you have that value of like, I know if I eat this, I'm gonna feel like shit.
Yeah,
I don't want to feel like I'm feeling good. Like, I'm feeling good, and I've consistently felt good now for a while, months, years, whatever it is. Like, I don't want to do that because I know I'm going to feel like shit, and I don't like feeling like shit.
No.
Like, I'm going to eat an apple. I'm going to eat whatever because, like, that's sweet. It's delicious, but it makes me feel good. It doesn't
And it's good
F
for
me
you.
up, and it's good for you. It's got value.
Yeah.
It's like another thing is like looking at something. I do this with my nutrition clients, some of them. I'm like, what's the nutrition value in this? Why are we eating that? And enjoyment is an okay answer if it's in moderation.
Right.
Right? Or if it's a cultural thing. That's an okay answer in moderation. But it should be something when you're about to put something in your mouth. Why?
Mm-hmm.
My kid.
Back to that why part. Yep.
Why am I putting this in my mouth right now? Is it nutritional value? Is it I've had a stressful day? Why? We don't ask that enough.
No,
you know?
we don't. We need to.
We do not.
All right, so something very important.
Yeah.
What's your website? How can people find you?
Website is just our name, unitythroughwellness.com.
But it's THRU.
It's THRU, Unity through THRUwellness.com. That's got all our information on there, our stories. I do personal training, program designs, wellness coaching, nutrition coaching. I teach meditation. I do Reiki on people. It just depends what you're looking for. But it's my vision was a one-stop shop for a holistic wellness approach, right?
I love that.
You got to be certified in all these things, unfortunately. Well, maybe not unfortunately. Fortunately, you got to be certified so you know you have some sort of credential with it. So it's like you can find a wellness coach, but they can't write you an exercise program because you got to be a certified personal trainer. You can get a certified personal trainer, but they can't coach you in nutrition and mental and emotional well-being. You got to be a wellness coach. So I figured I'm going to go through all of them, so legally we can do that. Right?
Now, do you go to visit the people, or do they come to a particular site?
I do it all. I'm starting to switch to more remote. Actually, on May 18th, I'm packing up the family and we're driving out and moving to Nevada for about a year or so.
What?
Yeah. We're going to do a little bit of a move and a change.
Wow.
We're saving up for a house, and it's just right now it's kind of the best. And why not?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody has. I mean, I don't like to talk absolutes. I don't think anybody has ever died and gone, shit, I wish I saw less of the world. Like, I don't think that's a thing. Maybe, but why the hell not?
It's
the
beautiful
kid's
out
3.
there.
Oh, dude, we're ending at the Grand Canyon, and then we're gonna head up into Nevada to again live there for about a year or so. But the point is, I'm trying to go more remote for a time so I can.
Yeah.
And I prefer in person. But I like the remote. I got clients in Colorado. I got clients in California.
Yep.
Like, I mean, I can do anything.
Thank God for COVID and people learned how to Zoom, right?
Yeah, shit, man. I mean, I could barely turn on a friggin' laptop before COVID. Like, I didn't know what button it even was. But now I do the Zoom. I have I use an app called Trainerize that I pay for so my clients don't have to, but you can log your food. I can put your programs into there. Like you just click a button and all the shit's right there and I can put it all into there. Like it's what we used to call grunt proof.
Yeah.
Like you can't fuck this up. Like,
well, it's great because a lot of the people I get on, they do a lot of their training is virtual.
Yeah.
And this way they're helping people throughout the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how cool is it? You could be in Nevada or you could be here and you could be working with somebody in Jordan that's a sniper.
Yeah.
You never know.
Or even now. Like, I mean, I've got my books are filled with clients, but I've been telling them all, like, here's what's going on, here's what's happening. We're good.
Right.
We're gonna keep going. We'll do the same damn time, at least for you. And we'll just take it remote. Got it all done. They know the drill, and they're all like, cool, good to go.
And those of you listening, I probably just threw you for a loop when I said that he could be working with somebody in Jordan that's a sniper. After I said that, I realized I never recorded
I didn't even
that
know when
part.
we were recording or anything.
I know, I
like
didn't
that.
record
I was just
that part
for the whole
So
time.
in the Marine, when Matt was in the Marines, that's one of the things he did. He was in Jordan and worked with a guy that was a sniper. That's why I said that. But
like a 60-something-year-old sniper. This dude was. We called him Larry. That wasn't his name.
couldn't pronounce his
name, but we called him Larry, and he was one of the most badass people I've ever met.
Man, yeah, this is why I'm gonna have to get you on again.
Oh yeah.
Just to tell those stories.
I enjoyed this very much.
So, is
man.
anything you like to add before I get to my last question?
No, I think I'm pretty much good here, man. I appreciate you giving me time too.
Pick a number between 1 and 100.
I'm gonna go 74.
74. Why 74? I have
my
a funny
old football number.
Oh, okay. 74. Where you at? 74. All right. You may not know this. People that have listened to the podcast know this. I have 100 different questions.
Yeah.
Somehow or another, it seems like, and I always ask the guest to pick a number.
Yeah.
Somehow or another, it seems like the question aligns with what we've been talking about. And this is number 74. And so I'll let you read the question, so you know I'm not full of shit.
74.
That aligns with what we've been talking about.
That's freaking crazy, man. What does it mean to live with purpose? I think that's really beautiful. I wish that's a question, honestly, that most of us asked ourselves almost every day.
Yeah.
What I think it means to live with purpose is you first take time to identify what your gifts are, because everybody's got gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Every single person is good at something and they have gifts, right? My gifts, I noticed, I'm good at talking to people. I'm good at communication. I'm good at relationship building. I'm good at empathy, understanding other people, right? That's part of my gift is communication, all right? And then I think on the other end, you take time and you figure out what your interests are. What are you interested in? Right? Because I might have, say, a gift in math. I don't have a gift in math, but I could have a gift in math, but I don't give a shit about it.
Right.
Right? I'm not interested in it. So you find your gifts, your God-given gifts, if you want to call them that, and then you find your interests. And you try to find that cross-section, like an X, of where my gifts and my interests align.
Ooh.
And then I can live with purpose. Not that, there's not going to be a grind some days, right? But my interests are in exercise. My interests are in spirituality. My interests are in mental and emotional well-being. And my gifts are in communication. Well, shit. Maybe I should talk to people every day about faith and spirituality and health and exercise and wellness and nutrition and all of these things, right? That's my intersection. That's how I can live with purpose every day, is that I'm doing something that it's like when I lay down, I never have a problem going to sleep at night, right? Because I did something today. My worst effing day, I helped somebody exercise. That's a good day. I helped somebody that wouldn't exercise alone exercise today. I did that.
Yeah.
That was me. Yeah, they're paying me to do it, but I'm a professional, right? Professionals get paid for their services and their times. But I helped somebody today, and I used my gifts to do it. And I think that's what living with purpose is you identify your gifts, your natural gifts, you figure out what your interests are, and you align them together to create a purpose-filled life.
Great answer, man.
Thank you.
That was good.
Thank you.
Matt, I want to thank you.
No, thank you. Thank
Make
you.
sure, look, when you move out to Nevada,
Yeah.
I know you don't like to turn on computers.
No, it's my business, man. So
Okay, I was
get
going to
it.
say, make sure you have the proper setup, microphone, headphones, everything, because you're going to be on a lot more.
No, I
even
appreciate
living out
that.
in Nevada,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can see it.
I'm
So-
good with that. My wife thought that's what today was. She's like, shit, I didn't know you were going there. I was
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, she's getting ready to clear out of the house with the kid. And I was like, no, I'm leaving. I'm leaving in like 5 minutes. I got to go down to freaking Joppa or whatever. She goes, shit, I thought you were doing this all virtual.
No,
She was already
that'll be
prepared
the
for it.
next time.
Yeah, that'll be part
That'll be
two.
the next time.
Well, thank you, Rich.
All
I
right, thank
appreciate
you,
all
man.
this,
Semper Fi, brother.
Hoorah.
One of the things I love most about conversations like this is when they start in one place and end up somewhere completely different in the best possible way. And what started as a conversation about wellness and fitness turned into something much deeper. We talked about mindset, meditation, purpose, discipline, self-love, trauma, habits, even slowing down and even asking ourselves the hard question of why. And honestly, I think that's something a lot of us need right now. Matt shared something during this conversation that really stuck with me. Real wellness is not just about losing weight, going to the gym, or even eating better. It's about understanding yourself. It's about changing the way you think, the way you speak to yourself, and the way you live day to day. I think too many people spend their lives surviving instead of truly living. So maybe after listening to this episode, take a little time for yourself. Put the phone down, step outside, sit in silence for a few minutes, ask yourself some deeper questions, figure out what fills your bucket instead of constantly emptying it for everyone else. And if this conversation connected with you, make sure you reach out to Matt and check out Unity Through Wellness. I have a feeling this is just the beginning of the impact he's going to make. Matt, brother, thank you for your service. Thank you for your honesty. And thank you for sharing your journey with us. And to all of you listening, thank you for joining the conversation. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and remember, conversations can change lives.